we have been conducting a lot of workshops and one-to-one sessions for all the aspirants, I realized that yes, students are coming to tell me about their anxiety, telling me about their depression and all other difficulties. But it is also required to take some kind of training to build some mental skills.
Hello ma'am, welcome to the podcast. It's pleasure of having you here today with us.
Same here, Pooja Ma'am.
We've been thinking of talking to each other from last so many days or months, I would say. Because आपकी जब भी students के साथ person to person dealings होते थे, आपको हमेशा ऐसा लगता था that we need to take it to the public. We need to take these issues out जो आप नहीं कर पाते थे, right? So actually when you've been talking to students, आपको कब ऐसा लगा that this issue needs to be addressed?
So as you know, since 6 months we have been conducting a lot of workshops for aspirants and one-to-one interactions also have been taking place. So I see that yes, there is a lack of mental toughness training, what we say, and of course we will reveal it throughout this video. As you know, Pooja Ma'am, that we have been conducting a lot of workshops and one-to-one sessions for all the aspirants. I realized that yes, students are coming to tell me about their anxiety, telling me about their depression and all other difficulties. But it is also required to take some kind of training to build some mental skills. So there are some positive mental skills as well, which of course we will talk about it in this video and the podcast series that we are having. But I started feeling that yes, there is a need to speak about what are some positive aspects of mental health coaching or mindset coach. So I thought that 10th October is coming up, so it is a good occasion to reach out to all of you and speak about this.
Yeah, it's a very good occasion, right? So सब students का, सब aspirants का ultimate goal होता है to clear this exam. So what it actually takes to clear this examination? आपको क्या लगता है? Because हम सब ने बहुत answers सुने हैं from the teachers, from the parents, but आपके perspective से क्या लगता है आपको कि actual में need क्या है?
Yes. See, this is one of the most tough exam, right? And it is also called the mother of all competitive exams. So if you are trying to crack this exam, I feel you need to have all your tools and all your weapons at your disposal. So what are those? First, I feel it is your body. Second is your intellect, and third is your mind. To sharpen your intellect, you are taking coaching, you are preparing your notes, you are focusing on all the study skills. The second one is body, so you are exercising. One is also, having nutritious diet, so that is sharpening your physical health and physical fitness. The third one is mind, right? So what are you doing to sharpen your mental skills? So third one I feel is the mental health aspect, and when all these three are in congruence, there are higher chances that one is able to crack this exam. Let me give you one analogy. So there is a Triveni Sangam at Allahabad, you must have heard about it. So there is Ganga, there is Yamuna and Saraswati, which is very much invisible till the confluence. So I feel mental health is like Saraswati. Your Ganga and Yamuna are your intellect and your physical health, and Saraswati is the mental health. In mental health also I feel there are two aspects as we just discussed. One is that mental well-being, you are staying away from the illnesses, and the second one is mental toughness.
Right, wow. But I've always heard that you should be physically fit, you should be physically fine, you should be bodily very, tough from the core as well. But मैंने कभी mental health के बारे में नहीं सुना. किसी ने ये नहीं बोला, are you mentally fit? Are you mentally tough? But actually, what's the difference between mental health and mental toughness?
It's a good question. Similarly, like in physical health also, for physical well-being, we do gymming, or we exercise, we are having good food, we are, bathing, so basic hygiene. So that way you are keeping all the illnesses at bay. And if you want to develop a muscle, you want to, play in a particular sport, then you need special kind of training, special coaching. Similarly, in mental health also, mental well-being is how, you are maybe doing some breathing exercises, maybe you are, cultivating your hobbies, you are taking care of your emotions and mind, right? You are having some boundaries. So that is taking care of you are staying away from some kind of mental illness. And mental toughness is somewhere where you need the training to sharpen some of the skills. So what is mental toughness? In short, we can say that it is when you are able to perform at your best irrespective of having some stressful situation. Okay, number of qualities involved in mental toughness, and actually, to be honest, UPSC has been already testing your mental toughness in all the 3 stages of this exam.
Yeah, because it really makes sense what you just said, because preparation ki time pe what actually happens is that you're so much into the stress, but you still need to perform. You need to perform good. So I think UPSC is actually checking the mental toughness throughout this preparation, right?
And that too without telling you. So if one has to, join military, there is explicit formal test of your personality, how mentally fit you are. But UPSC has been doing it very secretly, just like our Saraswati, which is very much invisible. So the 3 stages of exam that we have, if you see the prelims, in prelims you are, it is checked whether your quick decision making process is intact, how quickly you are able to take decisions, right? So during prelims they check how quickly you are able to take decisions, how disciplined you are while you are solving your paper. And if one hasn't practiced these mental skills, it will be very difficult if they have only the intellect, right? Many students come to me and say that later on they realize that the answer was this and they had already revised it. But if there is discipline and that kind of decision making on the spot during prelims, then it will be very helpful. Then mains is all about your endurance, how you are able to sustain that long hours of writing. So you are just with your thinking and writing. At times many people say there is no time to even think, that well rehearsed you have to be. So that is endurance. Your interview stage, many of us know that it is checking your personality and confidence, right? So all these things that I mentioned, they are part of your mental toughness.
That's true. But इस preparation के time पे, if one has gone through all the 3 stages, तो हम लोग की mental situation जो रहता है, हमारे दिमाग का हम लोग क्या क्या challenges face करते हैं, हम उसकी बात करते हैं. But it happens, and most of the time this has happened with many aspirants, that they fail after clearing one stage or the second stage. Some might fail even preparing for the interview also. So what if one has to restart? तो उस टाइम पे क्या आपका mentally आप किस zone में रहते हैं?
Right. So of course it is a very tough situation, right? And that time I feel it is checking your resilience and your adaptability. So how quickly you are able to get back to your preparation with same intensity. That is what is your resilience. Okay, so there are again 3 aspects in resilience. There is your cognitive resilience, how quickly you are able to get back to your preparation in terms of your concentration ability, your study skills. Okay, the second one is your physical resilience. Okay, are you falling sick right after listening to a result? Are you falling sick right after giving the toughest exams, facing that kind of challenging environment? And third one is your mental resilience. Okay, are you feeling very weak? Are you losing your motivation, or are you able to just get back to your goals and motivation right after you have faced that challenging situation? So I think if one is not able to reach all those second and third stages, then also it is checking your mental toughness.
Okay, so during the preparation, how do you think that a mental toughness is checked? Because हम लोग prepare करते रहते हैं, हमको नहीं समझ आता what qualities do we have? Are we having this in us or not?
Absolutely. So there are number of mental toughness aspects while you are preparing. Rather, there are many more than when you are giving the exam. Okay, but I'll tell you 3 basic mental toughness aspects today. Okay, so first is your perseverance. How much consistency and perseverance you have about your goals and motivation. There might not be immediate gratification, immediate reward, okay, immediate acknowledgement about your efforts, which we usually have during our college days or school days. That might not be possible. And just till you appear for your first attempt, you might have to keep studying for long hours, for at least, let's say, 1.5 to 2 years. So your perseverance is very much checked. Another aspect of perseverance here is that I feel your goals and motivations you might have got from your childhood. Let's say you had experience where you saw some officer working very efficiently, or maybe you had some bad experience in your childhood or in your youth, so that motivated you to study. But what happens is that may not continue magically. So one has to remind themselves again and again about their goal and motivation to sustain this journey. So that was the first point, perseverance. Second one is your social support. UPSC itself can be a very lonely journey because others, your colleagues, like your peers, are maybe doing something else, but you are into this preparation. I see that many aspirants don't want to even tell their families or friends that they are preparing for the exam. Many students ask me that, okay, my result is negative, should I tell this at home or not? Many aspirants have told me that, okay, my half of my family is not even aware that I am preparing for this kind of an exam. So you want to deal and you want to succeed.
I'm quite shocked. मतलब ऐसा भी होता है that an aspirant is not telling the family about the preparation and about the results, right? ऐसा कोई incident would you like to share?
Right. So when prelims took place, there were many students who approached me and they asked me that, okay, I know I'm not going to clear, okay, but how do I tell this to my family? Okay, some weeks later only I could see that they were developing a lot of stress and anxiety because they were feeling that, okay, I want to just deal everything on my own. So when I asked them, so okay, who is there to support you in this journey, right, in this overall lows and highs of this preparation? So the answer is usually that, okay, no, there is nobody that can understand me. So this is a very harmful situation. I feel that if you just want to deal things on your own and you are going in that low just by yourself, then there are high chances that you may develop some kind of mental health related difficulties, or you may end up getting into a bad company, right? Or you may develop some kind of dependence on, let's say, gadgets or substances. So we don't want to go there, right? I have also seen that aspirants usually tend to feel that any kind of social engagement is a waste of time. Don't cut yourself off from society. Don't cut yourself from your previous friend circle. Be it your family, be it some relatives, be it some of your previous friends or friends from your UPSC. You should have some kind of social engagement so that it will help you to cope with some of the challenges that are there. And in turn, as we are talking about mental toughness, the social support will help you to sharpen your mental skills. So perseverance, social support, and third one is very crucial, I feel, is knowing yourself. Okay, so if you see that there is a vast syllabus, there are 3 stages of exams, many toppers are talking about their strategies, teachers and mentors are telling you a lot of things that you should take care of. But if you know yourself that, okay, when is the time of the day that I am able to study properly? What are my emotions? What affects me? Okay, when to push myself, when to take rest, then it will, I feel that it will really add up into your preparation.
Ma'am, social support के बारे में जब आपने बात किया, you said that you need to remain there in the society. But what happens is that preparation के time पे, I've also heard this from so many aspirants that हम लोगों को कोई function attend नहीं करना है. We don't want to attend any marriage, any function, because what will people think about us that we are preparing, या वो पूछेंगे कि exam clear हुआ है नहीं हुआ. So they have this fear in their mind. So what should they do? Like should they attend the event or should not completely cut off themselves? Because आपने जैसे बोला उसमें तो they should not. What would you say?
So I feel that they can. There can be a limit that they can have, right? So they can attend a few events, definitely. If they are going to feel refreshed, they must attend these kind of events if it is a shorter duration, let's say. And then the resilience part again is there, right? Like how quickly you are then able to get back to your studies and not get affected by what somebody said in the function.
No, but people say ना कि उनके बेटे ने तो एग्जाम निकाल लिया है, but आपने नहीं निकाला. अरे आपका कौन सा स्टेज चल रहा है अभी? प्रीलिम्स हो गया है, मेंस हो गया है. तो उस डिलेमा को और उस सिचुएशन को कैसे आप हैंडल कर सकते हैं?
Correct. So I had one aspirant who was very much scared, okay, with all these questions. But then tell me one thing, that the person who is in front of you, the relative or a friend, they know only that thing about your life, right? So they are bound to ask you those questions. If let's say you were in MNC, they would have compared you with another person who is working in MNC and their package, right? If you're talking about your marriage, they will always say that, okay, somebody else has married in the in the community, and how that is better. So of course they know only that aspect of your life and they are bound to talk about that. But I feel not all people in that function would be that negative. So identifying those exact people who are supportive of you, who might be able to understand you, so you can recognize that and then you can count them in your social support.
All right.
I really like one phrase in Sanskrit. It says that pangum langhayate giram. It means that even an injured person with its dedication and hard work can conquer the mountain. In the aspect of, or in the context of UPSC, I feel that if we know ourselves, okay, and if we are able to conquer our challenges, I feel that the half battle is won. The better you know about yourself, the better you will be able to control yourself in terms of emotions, your thoughts, your distractions. And the more you are able to control yourself, it is going to bring more and more efficiency in your preparation.
True. So after knowing about all these aspects, I believe UPSC is quite stressful and tough journey, but equally rewarding as well, as you said. So what's your take on it?
So I feel that yes, it is stressful, but it is not true that only UPSC is a stressful kind of an exam or career path. Wherever there is high reward, I feel there are going to be high stakes. Wherever there are high stakes, there is bound to be high risk, and wherever there is high risk, there is going to be high stress. So it is important that we understand and learn how to cope with it.
Well said, ma'am. One term that I am really attracted in throughout the conversation is that mental toughness. मुझे बहुत ऐसा exciting लग रहा है उसके बारे में सुनते हुए भी, that how one develop mental toughness. If I also has to develop this mental toughness aspect, and could you please elaborate on this?
Sure. So you see, from Vinesh Fogart to Vishwanathan Anand, from Virat Kohli to let's say PV Sindhu, all of them have different kinds of coaches. Some coaches take care of, or they teach them how to play. So there are skills of that particular game. Then there are physiotherapists and doctors who are training them, coaching them to take care of their body. There is a third kind of coach also for all of them, that is the mental or mindset coach. But where is it in UPSC, right? So I say that if you are as an aspirant, and even when you get selected, you are no more less than any Olympic medalist, right? So how will you take care of all this mindset? So as we have been saying, that these three aspects are very, very important: your intellect, your body and your mind. So I feel particularly taking and paying attention to your mental skills is the first step in building this kind of mental toughness. Okay. Also understanding that the role of a psychologist is not only limited to curing your mental illnesses. There are other kind of trainings that you require that are about your concentration, about all the mental toughness aspects that we spoke about. So you can, of course, you can do this work on your own as well, provided you know yourself and you are giving time and that kind of dedication to sharpen all those skills. To start with, you recognize and understand what are your first of all stressors, then what are your strengths and weaknesses. I'm sure that will lead you towards building your mental toughness.
And ma'am, I'm sure these skills that you've just talked about, like your confidence building, your positive attitude and your resilience, your endurance, that all of these skills that you've just talked about, this is something which is a building block of any preparation, be it UPSC or be it any other exam that we see. Because academically आप strong तभी होंगे जब आपके अंदर ये skills होंगे, right? So I think you've touched some of the most important points that we usually ignore. The one who's talking to you about your mind and your inner questions that you usually don't put, वो बहुत ज़रूरी है. And we are here at LevelUp IAS. We are providing that with you. So thank you so much for coming today, ma'am. We are very glad to have you with us.
My pleasure to reach out to all of you through this platform, because as I said, these positive skills are also very, very important, and I'm very glad that we are doing it through LevelUp.
And I wouldn't say that this is a podcast. This is just a free-flowing conversation that we just had. We'll be bringing more such podcasts also, so that the questions that are there inherently in your mind, the जो aspirant नहीं बोल पाता है, वो हम इस platform पे discuss कर सके. Thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you.